Good morning, and thank you for joining our webinar today. My name is Chris Peters. I'm the Director of Sales for Astra, and I also have on the line with me Venu Gopal. He is our CRM specialist, and today we want to talk a little bit about IFS CRM. A lot of our clients we're finding have the CRM, but a lot of them aren't using it to its fullest potential. And so today what we want to do is we want to walk through all of the options that you have inside IFS CRM so you can really see how well and how deep you can dive into it and get the fullest out of your investment that you already have. First, what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves. Astra, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary of serving the IFS community. We have a very strong services group that are focused on the IFS targeted verticals. We can do very simple engagements like reports all the way up to very complex engagements like implementations and upgrades. We have a few products that we offer for IFS, Fast AP being one of them, which automates your invoice processing. Fast Docs, which automates a lot of data capture and content management when it comes to other documents that aren't AP, maybe customer orders and things like that. And we also have Auto Archive, which will go ahead and quickly file your documents inside IFS for the ones that you just need to hold on to that tend to be going in a filing cabinet and you hold on to for auditing purposes. Auto Archive can go ahead and get those in a secure place inside IFS so you have easy access to it. So now you've heard a little bit about us. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Venu, and he's going to walk you through the demonstration of IFS CRM. Venu, take it away.
Thanks, Chris. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So as Chris mentioned, we are going to look at what IFS CRM has to offer. So to kind of start with, let's just get a little glimpse of what IFS APPS 9. I mean, what are we going to get with IFS APPS 9 with respect to CRM? And once we kind of understand that, we get deeper and understand what sales module capabilities are going to be. That is out of the box in IFS APPS 9, and we'll also kind of have a very brief view at the marketing and the customer service module. So we will go deeper into the sales module. I'm going to show you IFS live version, and you can get a feel of it. So when it comes to IFS APPS 9, this is the first version where both CRM and the ERP modules are combined, are embedded into a single application. And a lot of the underlying data, such as kind of customers, documents, and other capabilities like lobbies, business intelligence, are shared. In the same, so you will actually be using the same customers both in the CRM module and also the ERP modules, right? So that's the new IFS APPS 9. So with an embedded ERP and CRM capabilities, right? So let's get deeper into CRM itself, right? So it's just before we get started. So as you probably kind of recognize, you start with understanding about a business possibility, a lead. And once you know once you have a list of leads, you're going to work with them and kind of see if it makes sense to do business with. So they become prospects, and then they're going to go and become customers, right? So that's kind of the life cycle. So IFS CRM kind of accommodates that, and it also accommodates the kind of a distributor model of business, where if you're working with distributors and then they have the customers, so like say you are selling a car, etc. So you want to record information about the end customer and client who is buying your car, then you could do that, and you can mark them as end customers, right? So it has a lot of other capabilities as far as the CRM is concerned. So you can record contacts, so a lot of contact management capabilities, uh, and uh, and your business activity, your sales activities can also be recorded and seen, and we'll see that as we go through the demo there, right? So the main philosophy being is like your everything from code and even beyond to the cache, everything is recorded and is available as a one single 360-degree view of a client, starting from which campaigns they were part of, and then how did the sales process happen, and then are they paying you, etc. What is the payment pending, etc. So all of them in one single place, and that's the philosophy that's there. So is, as I mentioned, it's not really a separate application. So it is embedded, it is part, and hence it shares all the features, the business intelligence, query builder. You can create more custom objects if you want to. All of them are there, and CRM itself is actually a part, is kind of three modules there, which is the sales, marketing, and the customer service. And for all these modules, you have this called as business activities calendar are common. And you could also access this from your touch apps, your touch mobiles, like either mobiles or your tablets, using what we call as a CRM companion. Right, so it comes with a bunch of features which will help the people on the go access the CRM systems, especially given all the sales and the business development folks are on the move most of the time, right? So let's understand a little bit. Let's just spend a few minutes understanding how the sales process is defined or in the IFS system. So it starts from a business lead, where this is basically you're in a conference, etc., or somebody just tells you that, okay, there is a possibility of a business doing business. So you collect the business card, and that becomes a business lead. You put that in a system so that you don't lose it anywhere. Put that in the system. So at this point, you want to know more about whether you can do business, whether they have the budgets, what are their plans, etc. So once you get to know about your lead, and that's when they become a prospective customer, where you kind of start defining what we call as a business opportunity. Right, so at this point, you know that there is, you've done the feasibility, you know that there is a business here, but obviously you still have to kind of get information about when are they going to sign off, what is their competition, etc. What is the competition for us, etc. So once we know that, so that's when you transition over to the next stage, logically start issuing quotes, and then go on to create a customer order. So the complete cycle is this is a cycle. Parts of it are kind of optional. If your business the way it functions does not need leads, so you can take that off. Or if you don't use quotations, you can take that off as well in the whole process. So again, it depends on how you do the business. So to kind of fit this process, IFS CRM actually has these main logical units, the LUs, the business lead LU, opportunity LU, business activities, and business mail LU. So apart from this, we'll get to see all of this when we should see the demo. Apart from this, you also see what we call as a contact 360 and a representative 360, which is basically everything that you wanted to know about a certain contact in a customer, with a customer. So if you are trying to meet somebody for a lunch or something, so you kind of go to that person's 360-degree view, and you get to know all the activities, all the people, all the clients that the person is involved with. So that's contact 360, and similarly representative 360 for for probably the internal managers, etc., to know what are the opportunities that a salesperson is working on, and whom is he meeting, what are the different clients where he is a key business manager, etc. So it's a complete 360-degree view of representative, right? So you also kind of get to see the reporting, and here you have the pipeline. We'll see that in a minute. The sales funnel pipeline, and also the sales lobbies. So you can create more lobbies, but it also already comes with a couple of them for the manager and the sales representative, right? So that's about slides. I don't want to spend too much time on the slides here, so I want to get to the demo. As I mentioned, this is my IFS application here. So on the left-hand side, if you go to the relationship management, and that's where you will see all the CRM capabilities. So let's go through a simple cycle and understand how this whole thing works. So I'm going to create a lead here, a business lead. I'll say that this is a race system, so I'm going to say interested in 10 racing cars, right? So at what stage are we in with respect to this business lead? I just got to know about this business lead, so I'm going to say that it's in the initial stages. So which country? So you can record all of this as you can see. There's already enough information that you have that you can capture as part of recording the business lead, and all of these you can add more with the IFS 9 capabilities. You can add more fields here to record more information. So I'm going to say so what kind of business are they into, and who is the main representative from our end? So we record all this information, and here is a lead, and you can say that whatever you know about that particular prospect, interested in 10 racing cars, yet to find out if we can do business. Right, so got this card at a conference, whatever, right? So you can write this information and keep it. So as I mentioned, at this point, you yet to figure out whether you can really do business with them. So what is logically going to happen is Alan is going to make a call to find out whether there is possibility of any business, right? So so we can go and create an activity and say that it's an initial call that we have made, and when we made the call, and what kind of right? It's a call that we made, and so that's how basically you record any activities that happen, your calls, or as you can see that there are various activities that you have. If you have a call, you can record it as a call, or if it was a visit, you can record it as a visit. So this information about this particular lead is available. You can see it anytime. So I'm gonna save this. So in my call, I kind of figure out that it's indeed a good business opportunity. That means that we can do business with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this lead to, if you remember the presentation, so I'm going to convert this lead to a prospective customer. So again, you may have seen this on the, if you already have IFS APPS 9, you may have seen this thing called as category. So on the customer screen. So I'm going to use this wizard to convert this lead to to a prospect customer, right? So a customer record where the category is prospect. So again, when you are creating records, customer record, you can actually use a template that exists. I mean, another customer that is set up as a template customer, you could use that so that you avoid filling in a lot of data, and also ready to move fast. So I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna create a customer record for me called 100404. Do you want to see it? Yeah. So you see that a new customer record is created, and you can see that the category is prospect. You also see this new tab called CRM Info. Here is where you kind of record more information about this particular customer from a sales service perspective, right? So and if there are multiple customer records that you're going to create for this particular customer, you can mark that as key account. So it kind of picks up the description of the lead as the name. You're allowed to change it. I'm going to leave that right now, and you can add more people from our end who are going to work with this customer, and if they play multiple roles. So let's say Alan is the main representative, and he's playing the account manager. There could be another person who is playing a different role. So all of this is all sales related stuff. It's a pre-sales executive. So you record all of this information with respect to a prospective customer. Now that you have set up a prospective customer from a business lead, you've gone to the prospective customer. So let's go and record the possibility of a business opportunity. So we are recording a business opportunity here, which is basically telling what is interested in 10 cars, right? So who is the customer? So I'm going to get the number of the customer, 10004. Right, so you can specify when they're looking to deliver. Again, there's a bunch of information here that you can specify in terms of whether this is a new business or if it is an existing customer from whom you're getting recurring business, etc. And what is the probability of us making this deal, or what is it not? So probably I'm going to say that as 10% right now, and also say where did we come to know about this, right? So it could be web, it could be survey, it could be any other place of through an existing customer. What kind of an opportunity? It's a new sale, right? So when it comes to staging, again, we are in the introduction stage with respect to this opportunity. So I'm going to mark this as save.
Hey,
save this.
A question's come in about some of this. Staging was what the question was about, but in general, is this customizable, like the stages and that type of stuff, or is this just strictly what comes out of the box?
Not really. You have the ability to set up stages. We call that as CRM basic data. If time permits, I can go there and show you. And it's basically you can set this up if the organization works in a different stages. Like say initial, under discuss, in progress. Negotiation, closed, if that's what you call it, or you have more stages there, then it is possible to kind of customize this. To keep the answer simple, yes, it is possible to customize it. Chris, any other questions?
That's it right now.
Okay. So we're recording a business opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. during my discussion, I also found out that they are interested in a certain sales part, basically the parts that we sell. So again, as you see, these are the parts that were in part of your customer order that you were using as part of your customer order. So it's the same sales parts. So that's another advantage of using an embedded system, which is right inside the other modules, works and talks to other modules that you already have. So I'm going to mark here saying praise car, about 10 of them, and I'm going to save this. So at this point, I know that the customer is interested, so I'm going to confirm this opportunity. And so logically, we're going to have probably more visits to see if they want to proceed further. So as you keep doing your visits or making calls, you will keep creating what we call as business activities. You can right-click on an opportunity and create a business activity, and you can say what kind of an activity that. First meeting to discuss possibilities, right? So and this was visit, right? So when it was a lead, you kind of called them and found out whether they were interested. So they were interested, so you kind of showed up at the place and said, okay, let's talk business possibilities, and they've confirmed. If you have any notes from your discussions, you can record them here as well. I'm going to say it is as an activity has been created. You can see all the activities that you've done for this particular business opportunity in this activities tab. So once you know what you're going to what they are looking for, etc. So if there are more people working, you could, on this opportunity, you can record them here. And if you know a little more about the contact, who are the people who are involved, etc., you can record contacts here. So I'm just going to pick one from the customer. So if you have so you can record the contacts for this particular customer and use them in right. So and you can use this contact in the business opportunity, right? So these are the different people involved. There's a main contact, and you can see that these are the different activities. So next, logically, you know that you've met them, you know that they're interested, they want to get a quotation from you. That's usually what logically happens. So again, you have the opportunity, you have the kind of feature to create a sales quotation right from inside a business opportunity, and this sales quotation is what you've been using. I mean, as part of other modules, if you have used sales quotation, so it's the same sales quotation. So I can right click and say create sales quotation. Okay, so I don't see the OK button. It's simply because I have to set up addresses for this customer so that I can mark the delivery and a delivery address, etc. So go back here. Let's create a address identity and mark that as the default. Mark that as a default delivery in the document. Ensure that you have this. So once you have that, now you're all set to go and create a quotation, right? So, and you can copy over that whatever you have as part of the business opportunity to the quotation. You can copy the prices, discounts, you can copy the contacts, and so let's go ahead and do that. So P1006 has been created. So from a lead to a prospective customer record, to a business opportunity to a sales quotation. Now you have a quotation that you could you could play with, you could offer discounts, you can, and this is all the capability that was there as part of earlier modules. So you could do, you can play with this, use it to deliver what the client needs through the negotiation phase. So once you are once the customer confirms that they are ready to move ahead, you can actually go and win or lose the quotation, right? So I mean, before I mark it as won the quotation, I may and create an order. I may want to kind of convert this customer to, or convert this prospect to a customer. So the way I do it is I open the customer record again, and I right click and change the customer category from currently it's a prospect, and I want to use I want to convert that to a customer. Again, when you're converting, as you saw earlier when we were doing lead, you also have the ability to choose which template customer you could use. So you can copy over all the data from the template, right? So to be able to create now is when you can see all other tabs are also activated. So let's ensure that we have everything that we need to create an order. So you have the default delivery and the document addresses, and you have tax information that is required. The invoices are set up. As you can see, it copied all these from the template customer, and you're ready to create an order now. So let's go back on the sales quotation and the create order from quotation. So this actually is also possible for you to do it from a business opportunity. You could create a quotation, an order from a business opportunity as well. So I'm going to create here from the sales quotation. You've probably seen this. Say okay. So there you go. That creates an order. So as you see, the everything that from a lead to the business opportunity to a quotation to a customer order, it's all in the I mean, seamlessly moving from one screen to another, and all the data moves as well. So this is all out of the box that you get, right? So I mean, apart. So you actually have this ability out of the box and use it without doing any customizations or configurations, or we could help you create and customize and configure the screens that if you want to. Right. So apart from this, let's now we have put in the data, we've put in leads, we've put in opportunities, quotations, etc. So let's see what we can get out of the system in terms of like say looking at a pipeline. Right, so you see that this is the pipeline chart that is created out of the opportunity data, and at this here it has a lot of attributes. It can get, a lot of inputs can go into this pipeline chart. Right now I am actually using the start date of the opportunity start date as the date filters. You could use close date, actual sign date, any of them. So and the chart refreshes for you. So I'm going to use this, and your Y value as of now is, see that it's an estimated value from the opportunity. It could be number of opportunities, right? It could be actual value of the opportunity, anything. So, and you can slice and dice and play with this pipeline. Let's say you're looking for a certain company, so racing company, so you get this data only for the racing company, or so there are a lot of options here in terms of whether we are looking at a new business or a recurring business, right? So use all of this to kind of narrow down your chart. You could see different type of charts based on how you want, and you can also drill down from right inside this chart. Let's say you're looking at this particular unconfirmed set of opportunities, and you want to see which are those. So you can drill down by clicking and kind of opens up, and these are the opportunities that are still unconfirmed. So you can work with them to see what's going on, and so this is one possibility. And as I mentioned, it also has you could also use lobbies as part of the default capabilities. Let me get to the lobbies. Before I move further, any questions, Chris?
Yes, I'm reading it right now. It just came through. Please explain the differences between business opportunities and quotations. Our salesmen want to use the CRM companion to manage opportunities, but quotes are not available in the app. Do you need to use quotations?
You want to understand the? Can you say the question again, please?
Please explain the differences between business opportunities and quotations. Our salesmen want to use the CRM companion to manage opportunities, but quotes are not available in the app. Do you need to use quotations?
So quotations are actually, they are the source for your proposals that you send out, right? So this is more of a desk job that you do, right? So and opportunities are the ones that the business developers are used to. So that these two are kind of sometimes used by different people. So the CRM companion right now has access to the opportunities, so it doesn't have access to the quotations. So depending on whether your business really needs those quotations, it's like you can use it or not.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be any other questions right now, Venu.
Okay, great. So this is the lobby. As I mentioned, there are two lobbies that come out of the box: the sales representative lobby and the sales manager lobby. Again, this is a view from all out of the box. You have access to it, so you can use it. No need of customizing or anything, so you can use it out of the box. You can drill down here as well into your into the data that you have, so you can look at it can be numbered, or it could be a detail like this, or it could be simple charts which are like this, and drilling down is also a possibility, right? So so that's like what we can get out of the system in terms of reporting, right? So at this point, I would also like to show you the other capabilities in terms of the customer contact 360 and the representative 360. So gives you an idea of a particular representative. So I'm looking at Alan and see that he is working with all these customers. If I want to see only those that where he is the main representative, then you can check the box and you can see that he's main representative only for some, not all, right? So and you can look through to see what are the leads and activities that he's performing from this one single window, right? So similarly, when you're looking at a customer contact, so when you're on a load up a particular person, so you can see that what are the activities that that a particular contact is involved in from a client perspective. So you know that, okay, when you're meeting up somebody, you can prepare well using the customer contact 360, right? So so that's the sales module. So there's obviously you can look at calendar and a lot of other things, but in interest of time, I'm gonna stop at that and see if there are any questions. I'll be happy. Otherwise, Chris, are there any questions at this point?
Not currently at the moment, no.
Okay. So that kind of sums up what is possible, what is out of the box in the sales module. When it comes to marketing, you could actually create campaigns, marketing campaigns, which are telephonic campaigns or email-based campaigns. You kind of integrate that with tools that can send out email blasts, and these campaigns can actually be detailed in terms of planning. You can have steps like saying send an invitation email if you are trying to call a webinar, sending an invitation email, kind of contacting them after the conference, and doing personal meetings. All of those steps can be recorded, and individual actions to different people can also be set up, right? So you can also you could do this with certain set of folks whom we call targets. So it could be your existing customers or business leads. So your marketing campaign activity is that needs are taken care in terms of recording information that is required, and out of the data you could also create what we call ROI reports if required, right? So that's and another day we can probably go through the whole module to see the capabilities. When it comes to customer service, something that was there as part of earlier IFS versions. So you could create a case, you can create tasks. This capabilities were there, but kind of restructured to be under CRM right now. So you could use them as part of CRM. So that's sales, marketing, and customer service. So this is all I had to show you today, Chris. Unless there are questions, you can take over.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
Show my screen. You should be seeing my screen right now. And so that was Venu. The nice part is we can have you up and running in as quickly as 2 weeks. So if you're not using the IFS CRM module, we can do a quick start implementation that in some cases can take as little as 2 weeks. So that makes it very nice that you can get this this module that you already have already up and running, or you're looking to get in a very short amount of time, so that we can get you pretty basic. So that's in some instances that we can definitely do that. Right now, if we have any questions, this would be the time to ask them. And Venu, we do have a question now. Are you aware of any cases where customers have data from multiple different ERP systems incorporated into IFS CRM? If so, how is that done?
Data from another ERP into the IFS CRM system, you mean? We need to obviously get into details of understanding what ERP systems are we talking about, and what scenarios are this. But can we get data from another system? See, the integration capabilities that other modules of IFS offers, the same integration capabilities are available for the CRM modules as well. So you can call the web services and send data into into the IFS system. So the integration capabilities are available, and depending on what your scenarios are, we could you could do the integrations, either send data from IFS to them, to the other ERP, or get the data back from there into this. So both are possible, but we really need to understand what are those scenarios where you will have to use another ERP, not an IFS ERP.
Perfect. All right, Venu, another question is can these activities be linked into Outlook?
Yes, you can. It can show up in your Outlook calendar. You can have when you create. Let me see if I can show you that.
You want me to pass it back to you?
Yeah. So yeah, can you quickly do that? So yes, it's possible. So you can look at your Outlook. So there is when you're looking at a business calendar, right inside IFS. So you're looking at different activities in the calendar and also Outlook activities. So your the Outlook on this system, the activities there can be seen on the calendar, and you could also send your IFS activities into Outlook. That's another capability that is possible. Yes, we can. I mean, it can talk to Outlook.
Great. Waiting to see if there's any more questions. We'll give it just another second here to make sure. Again, if you do have any one-on-one questions that you would like to ask, you're more than welcome to contact us. After this, we'll be sending out an email of the recording of this webinar along with all of our contact information so that we can have a deeper discussion if you would like to dive a little bit deeper. I don't see any other questions, Venu, so I think we're good to go. Thank you very much for your time today and checking out our webinar. And again, if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be sending a recording of this webinar so that you can pass it along to anyone that maybe could not make it today. Thank you and have a fantastic day.
Thank you all. Bye.